everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about 15 driving rules that everyone should follow. In this video, I'll be going over 15 specific rules that I believe that every single driver should follow. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Rule number 1 is always signal. So many people drive without signaling. You actually probably just heard me use my signal. I try to signal every single time that I need to. Now, here's the thing. When you put your signal on, your main goal is to tell other drivers what you plan on doing. So always use your signal. Rule number 2 is park your car properly. I cannot tell you the number of times that I pull into a parking lot and I see cars parked on all sorts of angles, hovering over all sorts of lines, too far forward, too far back. They just don't care. Park your car properly. Everyone should follow that rule. Rule number 3 is practice your skills regularly. Now here's the thing, driving is a skill, and just like everything else, if you don't practice it, you're gonna lose it. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. It's no different than any sport or any other skill in life, and the only difference is that, if you forget how to kick a soccer ball properly, you're not gonna be putting people in an unsafe position, but if you forget how to drive properly, yeah, you will be. So with that being said, practice your skills regularly. Rule number 4 is follow the right of way. When you pull up to a four-way stop or red light or an intersection or anything else, you should know who has the right of way and use it. Don't just take the right of way because you're in a rush. Follow the right of way. Rule number 5 is come to a complete stop when you are approaching a red light or when you are approaching a stop sign. So many drivers roll the stops. It's a horrible thing to do. It's a bad habit that drivers get into. When you roll a stop sign, you're relying on your first instinct of scanning that intersection. If you were wrong, if you didn't see a car there or a pedestrian there, and you roll the stop sign, chances are you're gonna get into an accident or a near accident. So come to a complete stop. It's as simple as that. Rule number 6 is don't drive distracted. Now, I'm not talking about the minor little things that you can handle, like playing your music or talking on a hands-free phone call or anything like that. I'm talking about the major distractions. I'm talking about like people, giving themselves a manicure as they drive, doing their makeup as they're driving on the highway, people reading the newspaper. I've seen a man reading a newspaper while he's driving. Like the major distractions, don't drive distracted. Rule number 7 that you should follow is don't drive too fast. It's very simple. Don't drive too fast. If the speed limit is 50 kilometers an hour, 50 kilometers an hour should be the fastest that you go. Now, realistically, I know a lot of drivers might go 52, 55, and that is to a certain degree. I mean, I still wouldn't recommend it, but to a certain degree, there is a little bit of a range that is understandable. But don't drive overly fast. Rule number 8 is don't drive too slow. Do not drive too slow. The speed limit's 50 and the roads are fine. They're perfectly fine. Don't go 20. Don't drive too slowly. The number of drivers that I see driving too slowly, it's almost worse than driving too fast. It almost has a higher likelihood of causing an accident than when you drive too fast. Okay, so don't drive too slowly. Rule number 9, give cyclists the amount of room that they need. Okay, when you're driving and there's a cyclist in front of you in your lane, switch lanes, give them the amount of room that they need. There are probably local laws and regulations for this, but just out of courtesy for the person riding their bicycle, give them the amount of room that they need. Don't just skim by them, give them the amount of room that they need. Rule number 10 is to maintain your car properly. Okay, very simple. The amount of cars that I smell on the road because they're not maintained properly or that I see are about to break down, it just creates a very unsafe and unpleasant driving situation. So maintain your car properly. You don't have to do every maintenance thing on earth, but maintain it properly, at least to the point where it's completely functional. Moving forward to number 11. Rule number 11 is don't drive when you're tired. If you've had a rough night the night before, take public transportation, take your bike, or just, ask a friend to drive you, or you take a cab or a taxi, right? Don't drive when you're tired. It's one of the worst things that you can do. It is so unbelievably dangerous to drive when you're tired because your mind does not react and respond quickly enough. So you put yourself and everyone around you at risk. Rule number 12 is don't rev your car loudly in neighborhoods. If you have a stock car or a car with a loud exhaust, don't go to neighborhoods and just rev it up. It's not nice. Like if you want to leave your car in gear, like if you want to leave it in second gear and to the point, you know, where it's revving loudly on a main road, as long as you're driving within the confines of the speed limits, I don't view that personally. This is my opinion. I don't view it as being that bad, but you definitely don't want to do it in neighborhoods. Kids are sleeping, people are relaxing at home, eating dinner. Just don't do it in neighborhoods. Rule number 13, always make sure that you have room before switching lanes. So many drivers just switch lanes. When they don't have enough room, they cut people off. It's a horrible thing to do. It's as simple as that. Rule number 14, always check your blind spots. You know how many times I see drivers switching lanes, check their mirrors, swerve over to the next lane, and luckily no one was in their blind spot, because if someone was, they would have gotten into an accident. Always check your blind spots. Last but not least, rule number 15 is forgive other drivers, okay? You gotta forgive other drivers. People make mistakes, and if someone cut you off because they made a mistake, or if they took the right of way when it was your right of way, just forgive them. It'll make your day, their day, everyone's day a little bit easier. And that's it. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.